Hello, hello, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're coming back. We're coming back. We're back to live. I don't know what happened right there. Can people hear me now? What happened? What happened? We back, we back. Audio's working. I don't know what that was. That's messed up, dude. Coco biting my ankles in the wires. Saw the move up, saw me in a rocket ship, got mad. That was lame. We're back. Up and running. Up and running. Bummer. Bummer, we were ready. We were ready. And then the audio cuts out. The command center. How dare it? How dare. Bringing back the rocket ship. Let's do it. We probably need to refuel. Of course, I got in the rocket ship, and then my command center captain was reaching out to me, said, hey, something's going on with the audio. I had to redock, go back to my command center. Bunch of problems, okay? Let's get back in the rocket ship. Let's go. Take me higher. I don't know what happened right there. Traveling trader talking about, and he said you are honest analyst. Oh, is he live right now? That's awesome. I've been wanting to see if we can collab or something. He said he'd be open to it, but I haven't reached out or anything. It's just, you know, things get chopped up. Yeah, but I say the same thing to him. Tell him thank you. Tell him thank you, and I think the same. That's really nice of him. Appreciate that. Content creators, traders, supporting other traders. That's what we do. It's great. And the ones that are scammers and ill intents and don't talk about risk, well, we talk about those ones too. Just not in greater light, unfortunately. You can always tell. You can always tell. You know. You gotta, before making the assumption, you always have to watch their content, right? Listen to the content, see what happens, and then go from there. Okay. Yeah, Coco, man, she came and attacked me, dude. Palm tree. What's up, JTI? What's up, Anthony? I don't know, man. You know, it's one of those days. We're back above 505. This is feeling kind of good. I think we're going to go for it. I want to. That's why I'm in the rocket ship. Am I trading it? Nah. I'm just here with y'all. I'm just here with you, hanging out in the office. If I had more clear setups, I'd be like, let's approach this. But yesterday, if you were watching the live stream, I got locked out of 2 accounts. One got fixed right away. My Fidelity account, that was like nothing burger. That was a big nothing burger. But my Trade Evade account locked me out, and that I'm still waiting to hear back about. I heard like back something, but then I responded. I'm like, no, that's like not good enough for me. You know, it reminds me of the time when I was in a trade. Luckily, not too much damage occurred, but still, it's pretty messed up. If all of a sudden I'm placing orders, you know, and have open orders, and they would not let me back in, and then you have to like you have to go clear accounts, basically flatten accounts, and I had no idea you can even do that. It's all new to me. Crazy, crazy. Always manage risk when you eat burritos. Wise words from Moonraker. 7-year-old trader in the chat. Here we go. Market net flow is still giving us nothing. It's actually, oh, that big spike right there. I don't really like to pay attention to these big spikes. I don't even like paying attention to this if it's under the 0 line. Still have traders more coagulating down near beneath us. 50.75, which is about 5 points beneath us. But, you know, we're in a rocket ship anyway. Hey, chasing cash from New England. That's cool. We're just hanging out in a rocket ship, people. Ain't no big deal. The target would be the 0 date levels, 5105 or 5100, if we're going to continue to the upside. It's a big chop sesh. It's a big chop sesh, right? So we can see, like, just like we came up here, right? We came right back in. We got about 1 minute. Actually, this is probably the first time that we have a 15-minute candle close all day, right? The first minute all day that we're going to have a 15-minute close above 505. First one. It's special teams, special plays, special players. That was the first close above. Does that mean anything? I don't know. I don't know. Just dancing in a rocket ship. Just dancing in a rocket ship. There's maybe a dead cat bounce. I would say it'd be more of a dead cat bounce. First, the dead cat bounce would be in a downtrend, and then you would bounce, and then you would actually get the dead cat move, and then you could call it a dead cat bounce. So it's always a possibility of a dead cat bounce. That'd be the question mark. But today, I would just suggest that I would just say today's a range day, sideways chop. So if it comes back in, like it's literally just chop. It's hard to break from this. So you get moves up and it pulls back in. It goes up and pulls back in. And the way we can break from this would be like paying attention to market net flow, right? And market net flow is not giving us anything. This just tells me all day it's been telling me chop. This all day has been telling me that we're in a range today between this level and this level. And we've been there. And we haven't tagged any of those levels yet. Don't have to tag a level, but. So yeah, there's better use of the rocket ship. I would agree, I would say. But I'm bored, so we're here in the rocket ship. No, I don't just trade futures. I actually trade equities much more frequently. So stocks. So we pull up a lot of stocks on here on the channel. Oh, yeah. Look, it's like playing Leapfrog. It's like a video game. Oh. Give me a second, I gotta answer this phone call. I'm back. What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh. I'll tell you what's up. Would be what's up is if we clear this right here. This is our fuel. Give me some fuel. Blast off. Blast off. But we need to eat that. These sellers have just been stepping up. Look at it. See how they kind of moved throughout here? They pulled, and then they moved it up here. Playing games with my heart. Quit playing games with my heart. Little loose and choppy right over here. Still in a rocket ship as we hold above 505. Still have yet to tag the week to day anchored VWAP. Fuel line break. We're here, baby. Power hour. As we're just like flat on the day, slightly up. Give me fuel, give me fire. Give me what I desire, yes. Give me fuel, give me fire. It's a great one. All right, let's see if we can pull in a 505 and actually hold this level now. It's been an interesting level all day. I don't know if it's of importance anymore. And now it's more of a magnet than anything. So as that's taking place, look at 506 now. That's the level. Now it's putting the resistance up above us, and we kind of pull right into that area. So these green bars, they can repel price. Yeah, let's take a look at some of these intermarket stuff. It's getting hung up here. We really need to, you can see they pulled it here, right? As it was going up, they pulled, they added over here. It's like, there ain't no easy lunch here. On trend days, man, this stuff breaks through, comes in, breaks through, boom, boom, boom. Today's not a trend day. Today is not a rocket ship day, but we're in one anyway. Let's take a look at some of these assets right now. I'm going to look at TNX, CGI. Off the highs of the day. 10-year yield made a new high today. New high for the year, I should say. Dollar. New high for the year too, still, and still roughly sitting there. Could be a closing new high for the year. That's not like, these are like, that's not like, if you're bullish, like, it's not the greatest to see that. Oil still consolidating here sideways. It honestly looks like it's getting ready for another move. That's pretty wild. It's holding up rather well, consolidating. It did the same thing here. It's now been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days of consolidation. Energy took a hit today, but look at energy's well off the lows. Still underneath the opening range there. Let's take a look at CVX. These names got hit, and these are probably opportunities on pullbacks. Right, it broke out, it's pulling back. Earnings in a little while. 426. These could be opportunities. I want to see what Lulu's up to. Little Lululemon hanging out down there. Tight. Nvidia's up 2%. Inside trading day. Market's trying to eat this, gobble up this liquidity. We're getting some stair stepping here with the bids. I mean, that's something. It's nothing crazy, but it's something. Still chop, holding that 505. NQ, holding these anchor VWAPs. What we can do here is we can just swing one from right here. Actually, I'll probably just swing one on the next candle there. I mean, it's 30 seconds. It's not that big of a deal. So you want to get back above these little levels. Choppy. Come on, rocket ship. Take me. I mean, right now, I'd say, yeah, I would say this looks like it'd be more upside, but then if it starts breaking down, then obviously, like, you know, these levels, watch out. But we are holding above that 505 level, and we had our first close above 505 for the day with this candle. I would say target up to week to date. I feel like if we're going to get a bounce and we're not going to be able to break these levels, the market does crazy things where we just gap above them and people get hella excited. But usually we tag the week to day anchored VWAP at some point. Kind of did it here. But we haven't even tested it. Now we're going flat. So as this is leveling out, the likelihood of us tagging this at some point making more and more sense. Whether we break it or not, I don't know. And remember, we're still below a declining 5-day moving average. We're below a declining 5-day moving average, and we're in negative gamma territory. The flip line is way up here. Let's see if it updated at all. It'll update at the end of the day. Or in the morning, I'll get the update. Yeah, it's still 5210. Put wall 5,000. And the call wall is still 5,300. Are we still in the rocket ship? I can't tell. Oh yeah, we're still here. We're still in the rocket ship. First time chatter, Loden, G4, what's up? Gamma flip level is at 5210. 5210 up here. It's more of a zone, but that's what we're going off of right now. The flip line 5210. So when we're in negative gamma, that tells you what to expect in the markets. Okay, liquidity typically dries up when you're below it, And if it dries up, you get much more crazier price swings. You get selling into selling, buying into buying. Okay? When you're above it, you get more liquidity, right? And when you have more liquidity, you have typically dealers to sell the rips, buy the dips, sell the rips, buy the dips. And you get kind of like a draw, you know, like a slow move up like that. Volatility contracts and markets kind of just press higher. Being in negative gamma territory doesn't mean that the market has to go lower and lower. But if we pull up this chart over here, oh man, I forget where it was again. Yeah, time series, I think. This shows you when we were in negative gamma territory. So this is all negative gamma right here. We've been in negative gamma regime here for a little while, up and down, right? Kind of flipping through. This is where we spent the bulk of negative gamma. And where was this? It started kind of in August to November, and then we started getting more positive, okay? So if I go into the S&P 500 chart, go to the SPX, the big bully product, and you go to the beginning of August, right in YAR, yeah, right here, and then into November, well, November was pretty much right here. So this, you can see, what did the market do? We saw bigger sell-offs, bigger rips, bigger sell-offs, bigger rips, bigger sell-offs, bigger rips, okay? That's negative gamma. And where are we right now? We're in negative gamma for how long? You know, like since kind of like April 2nd, kind of in and out of it. So April 2nd, right here. So we're seeing this, and then what are you gonna, if it's gonna be the same thing, what we're gonna do is, if we're going into like a little correction or a stronger correction, you're gonna see in negative gamma, you can see rips right back up, and you can see, you know, it's the same thing. It doesn't have to play out the same way, but this is normal. This is normal. This is normal price action in negative gamma. You know what I'm saying? Come on, rocket ship. I implicit. Thanks for joining in. We're still here in the rocket, people. We want to go. We want to move it. Move it, move it, move it, move it, and groove it. I really don't have a bias here, believe it or not, as I'm sitting in this rocket ship. I really don't have a bias. As far as like where I think direction's gonna go. I really don't. Like there's nothing giving us a good edge here. Oil knock back to session highs. Decline Tuesday with an easy climb. Yep. See if I forgot to trade the news is still going. Really not much news. We got some news right here. Considering options, including a potential sale press. Has nothing much there. Tesla is simplifying sales delivery system as it currently complex and efficient, from CEO Elon Musk. That was at 12:08 a few minutes ago. Is Tesla doing anything on that nothing burger of news? Maybe. Nope. Tesla's been moving with the markets here. Microsoft's up on the day. Not by much. Literally just trading with inside that last bar. This is very normal price action. Come on. This is very hard. The bulls are like, they look at this, they're like, oh man, it's gonna be too hard to fill. I don't want to do it. Someone else do it. Like, I'm not that hungry. It's gonna take so much effort. They keep trying and keep trying, but they don't succeed. At first you don't succeed. They give up, and then the towel gets thrown, and they're just dumps. We'll see, man. We'll see if they come through. We need this. Fuel. We need it. Fuel me. Hey, Thompson, thanks for following out there on Twitch. If you're on YouTube and you see this and you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, do something like that. Hit the little hearts. If you're on Twitch, make sure to follow. Yeah. What do I think about SMCI? Some of us would like you to switch to a bear suit. I feel ya. I feel ya. I know. I know. Honestly, I should be on a chopping block of some sort, because right now it's a chop session. I should be in a Gordon Ramsay kitchen on his chopping block. A guillotine. I'll put up a guillotine here, and I'll just put my little head in it.
More from the Treasury
It's called chop.
Secretary there in the UK, Hunt, saying rate cuts would lift the UK mood.
More liquidity added overhead. Bruh, come on. These guys. I mean, that's good for some people. They just keep adding, man. Look at, they just added more. It's the wall, dude. Their bears are setting up camp here. The bulls are going to see this and be like, dude, I give up. I give up. No. I give up. Come on. We got 45 minutes still. The market close. We got 45 minutes to the market session close. Bulls are just not doing it today. Bears are not doing it today. We got a bunch of nothing today. Sat on my hands the entire trading day. It is what it is. I think I gotta see some Apple participation. Is Apple, look at Apple's move. Dude, this move was completely retraced. Ho, 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 ho. That's a horrible looking chart right there. Look at this big old move. This thing came all the way down to the breakout. We're invincible. Crazy. Yeah, they keep on adding overhead, people. It doesn't look the greatest, honestly. It doesn't look the greatest. Doesn't look the greatest. Yeah, 505, you want to hold there. Doesn't look the greatest. Definitely shouldn't be in a rocket ship, but that's okay. I've said that about 75 times. Pulling back under 505, but we're just right around that level. Market net flow still nothing, just a bunch of chop. 0 date, see if anything's changed here. 5075. 5075 put wall, we're underneath that here on a Wanda chart at least. So we're right about here. Could be just pinning right around there. DX feed Tesla. You guys want to see Tesla on this thing? We can pull up Tesla. That's fine. Let it load up. Hey, what are you doing? U.S. natural gas, the Widowmaker over there. Let's take a look at natural gas. It's been a minute here. Off the lows of the trading sesh, you saying? Wow, look at this chart. Man. Saw a nice little pop here. Look at this move. I don't think you understand how crazy this move is in natural gas. Like, if you go into futures of natural gas and you look at the ticks, a 0.001 is a $10 tick value. And it just went 14 cents. It's a large move, man. Large move if you're trading futures here. I don't like trading natural gas. It's like, you might as well just buy in friggin' hope. It's like, you can't use technical analysis with nat gas. This thing is crazy. I mean, you can, but you know what I mean. It's all over the place. It looks so bullish, and then it's bearish. It looks so bearish, and then it's super bullish. It is a crazy move. That was a wild one. I know people that trade leverage nat gas. And I'm like, but why? But why? Because they wake up with a lot of money or they wake up poor. Because I feel like it. But why? So right now we're getting a very nice consolidation. Still, market's not moving anywhere. Still in a rocket ship. Hanging out with everybody. We can pull up some individual names if you guys would want me to pull up some individual names. Look at some setups. Pull up some of my stuff from the tight list. But right now it's, you know, chilling. Little market moves. Up slightly on the trading day, back above 505. Oh my gosh. Oh, there it is. I was like, did my Tesla just did Bookmap just crash on me? So here's Tesla. This is the Bookmap for Tesla. So Tesla. I mean, you got some supportive stuff down here. It's kind of spread out like 550, you know, 104,000, 121,000, 106,000. That's at 153. And then down here, you got your big dog of a 500,000 at 150. And then above us, we have 160 as a potential level. There's 84,000 there. Those are some levels in the book map. Those are orders hanging out, right? Let me go even further out and see if there's anything crazier. 180, some orders up there, 180. It's 158,000. So I'd say if you hold 150 and you're, you know, bullish and you want to hold 150, that'd be what you want to hold. So $6 per share. So if I go out into Tesla, first off, in order to show up Tesla, we need to be in the Cybertruck. Tesla is pulling down to this lower trend, this potential wedge-ish pattern. And it's also in confluence with this prior swing low. Okay, prior swing low that found some bounce. So you'd want to hold the 150 level, which is down here, right, in those bigger orders. So right there. Yeah, can we see a bounce, and is it worth it? If, you know, is it how much is it going to bounce? It's still in a downtrend overall, right? But you got some confluence. You got a big order down there. The thing here is you got earnings around the corner, so you can literally just cap through anything. You know, I don't know what earnings is going to bring, and this is like 423, so we're talking like next week. So yeah, I mean, we're looking at a $16.50 expected move for Tesla going into earnings. So it's a little hard to establish anything other than a short-term play, unless if you feel comfortable, right? Okay. Let's go back over here. Still trying to get this liquidity up overhead. Oh, hello. 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 Who was that? Hello? Hello? Come back. Come back. Spark it. Turn on the jet engines. Come back here. That was some volume that came in. Not great, but still, come back over here, man. Come back. Come back. Getting ready here. It's looking like it wants to go for it. It looks like it wants to go for it. Fill it up, you know, and see where we go from there. It's literally screaming go right now. Having too much fun at the end of the day. When I'm running low on food fuel, it is what it is. Shut up, Mr. Worldwide, or you get blocked, little punk. You're on my stream. I can do what I want. That's how we do it. He's like, oh crap, he called me out. Can I chart the UUP? Give me a second here. If the dollar's gonna come off, that could really help this market, but it looks like we wanna go attack this. Mr. Worldwide is currently short the market. All right, let's pull up while this is loading. Still holding that 505. The overhead resistance, if we start moving up higher, I'd say watch that week to date. And as far as the these little VWAPs here from the swing high over here, it held, it broke above. We're holding this one. I'm gonna go, we're kind of still, I'm gonna remove that. Oops. I'm gonna remove this one. We're gonna go back to bookmap here in a second. This is NQ and I got S&P 500 to the side of me. And we're kind of just really holding this area. So we need to make these moves here if we want to get that push to retest these prior highs for the day. And then we might have a close, where we close near the highs of the day, which is more positive, but it's still chop. We still got a lot of work. Because, okay, so once again, we talked about this yesterday. Do you see what's underneath us? Nothing. Nothing is under here. So this move up here into this, if there's nothing that helps us with this kind of the bid to fill this stuff, right? Bears step back in and then you flush back down. And it could be aggressive flushes. So it's exactly what happened yesterday. So we need people to step in here. You'll see it, you'll notice it. I want you to see it. I want it to fill the liquidity so you can really see what it looks like if you use the book map. Daily expected move for the Qs. Give me a second, I'll pull that up. Daily expected move to the upside is 509.42. Oh, sorry, 436.10. Downside is 426.10. For Qs. Is it similar to point of control? If not, what's the difference? So the difference between volume point of control is, and the bookmap is showing open orders that have not been filled. Point of control is actually showing volume that has been accumulated. It's historic, right? It's historic volume. So if I pull up the point of control over here, the reason why this point of control is here and this volume node here is because price actions traded in those areas. This volume has not been, we just got more added overhead, 51.26. And it's still kind of blue beneath us. I mean, there's a little bit of price action stepping up here, but man, these sellers just don't want us to come get it. Slowly but surely, what we'll notice here, it's coming into 30 minutes to the closing bell, and price action still holding up rather well, but there's just, like I said, there's not much here beneath us. That would be more the concern. And they keep adding more liquidity overhead. So what happens if we eat through this, almost over 1,000 plus contracts over here, you'll see some big volume start to come in, but We're so close and so far away at the same time. So close, but yet so far away. Houston. Houston. Notice these stepped in right here, and where did price start getting wicked? Not really wicked, but where did it start letting off? You can see that live on the book map. And the unfortunate thing is, like I said, it's all blue down here. $30 minutes left to the closing bell, ladies and gentlemen. We're pulling back into this little VWAP here from this little swing low. Not even really that important of a VWAP. I'm going to go ahead and remove that. See, we'll zoom out. This was the low of day. Kind of interesting to see where that is at. So, that's the low of day right here. Pull a book, pull back a book map. They are scared of it. They ain't trying to go for it. They ain't trying to make this happen. They keep stepping up. They added some here, boom. Then it started consolidating, going down. Then they added more over here. It started going down, right? Then it started coming up, and then they're like, they're adding more. And these aren't like, it's not like crazy small. We're talking pretty large size here. And there's just nothing beneath us. Like, okay, there's 300 contracts down here by the daily VWAP, okay? Go out further, you get more down here at 50, 55. Even right here, like, you know what I found interesting was over here, it started going up to it, and then they're like, they pulled it, and then they moved it up higher. Right? You see how it just kind of like pulled right here before the liquidity even fell? And as it pulled, while this lifted up, it went boom and moved up to where it was moved to. It's literally just like super controlled. Pretty wild. Pretty wild, right? Coco's getting pissed. Short more, short more. SMCI is taking a little bit of a move. Let's see. Let's pull up SMCI. Yep, SMCI is making a nice little move. Breaking out of this, looking at a 5-day move. Now, it's a pretty strong move. So it'd be interesting to see how this consolidates. Kind of coming back up into this lower trend here. Getting pretty tight. Some might call this a head and shoulders, but it doesn't. I just call it contraction, right? Boom, 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 boom. It's getting tight here. Yeah, man, you never know. These things could rip again. They could really rip. I do take shorts on occasion, but I'm just not. I'm not interested really today. If it's very clear, maybe. But my shorts are typically they're a lot smaller in size. They're a lot faster. And that's just how I trade short, to the short side. I prefer making money on the long side. It's easier for me. So I miss out on opportunities on the short side, but I'm not really worried about it. Give me a second. I gotta go check my dog. I'm going crazy. Give me a second here. Yeah, she's going crazy. She was asking for more leverage to the short side. All right, so do you see this is a very similar setup as of yesterday, as we came into this liquidity and it was just blue ocean beneath us, which means what? It means this is a heat map. There's no orders. So if bulls can't step up and start clearing and getting some volume in here, kind of like we saw, right? A little pop there.
Minister saying we have received.
You get this push down.
Not received any reports or indications that missiles or drones were launched from Iraq during the Iranian attack on Israel.
What package do I use for bookmap? I have the, I think I just have the top tier package, whatever that is.
NYC volume 14% above its 1-month average. Decline.
And then I use DX feed. I have Rhythmic as well, but I use just DX feed.
Above its 1-month average. Decliners lead advancers by 1.6 to 1.
So we came into that liquidity. There's little bids beneath us. We filled that up. Still, there's not much beneath us other than that 50, what was it, 50-50? 561? Look to the left of the chart when you zoom out a little bit, give you some more context. It's going sideways. Let's pull up this, back under this swing low anchored VWAP. And what are we doing? We're trading just above the opening range for the day. Zoom out further. What have we done all day? We've done nothing. So when people ask me like, well, you're not shorting this, you're not going long. No, I'm not. I'm not. I prefer trend days. And if I can catch the move an early identification of a range day, I don't really execute into it too frequently. Unless if it's just like a quick pop like we saw a little bit earlier, like here, but I didn't even take that trade. So, whole live trading session of basically no trades. Actually, not basically, it was no trades. Just hanging out. Oh, I'm still in my rocket ship. You guys got to tell me these things. News feed. Let's take a look at the newsies. See if anything happened in the newsies. Position is clear. Will not allow Iraq to be thrown into the arena of conflict. Nothing crazy here. Nothing too crazy here. Just chop, man. And then Market at Flow told us this all along. They're starting to pick up here. Got some convergence, but you got the magnet at 504, which we're basically at right now. Back under, and we're flat on the day. Let's be real. We're flat on the day. Shuckus. And what's interesting is all day today we have some pretty tight range candles. Jerome Powell comes out whenever that was. I feel like it was around here. I can't remember. But then you're starting to get like large, huge swings back and forth. Big moves. On a 15-minute candle basis. You got all these tight candles, and then you get just some wicked and wild price action everywhere. Market's trying to like fight back and forth. This is what happens in these negative gamma territories, right? Liquidity dries up, you get these wild and willy swings. And then when the buyers step in, then you get buying into buying into buying into buying, or selling into selling into selling into selling, and it just creates these crazy, ridiculous pops. As we've pointed out plenty of times, and I'll point out once again so you can see it. So you can visualize it. I'll start here. Oops. Big nice move, boom. Big nice move, boom. Big nice move, boom. Big nice move, boom.
Bank of loan growth is down, though credit quality remains good. Bank of America CEO Moynihan speaking on CNBC.
Flagging out over here. Take a look at bookmap, see if anything's kind of updating here. Oh my goodness. This is just disgusting looking. Yeah, I'm actually confused. What is going on here? Let me see here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so, okay, we pushed down through this, and then look at, they added more liquidity overhead again. So look at, we bounced from this level. You see how we fill this liquidity down here? Okay, and then as it's bouncing, they're stepping in here and even moving liquidity lower. They're literally walking price down. You could literally see it taking place. And when price was going for it, they added more overhead. When price was going for it, they pulled it and added it overhead. So the bulls have to show up and show out. They're just not here. JD, you can Google buy, stop, pop, figuring out money. That's one of the strategies that I use with Bookmap. But Bookmap also identifies some just big levels that you may get ran into. So for example, like right here, like why would I not go long? Like price was about to break out on the candlestick chart, right? Well, I literally watched them add liquidity overhead, and it was still a lot of orders here. So why would I go long here up until the point of like actually first seeing it absorbed and then waiting for the consolidation? Now on trend days, it's a whole different story. Trend days, which today is not a trend day, there's a trick that I use called the buy, stop, pop, a strategy, and that strategy I love a lot. Look at, they just added more liquidity overhead. See? You just keep walking price. So bulls got to fill this up, fill this up, fill this up, but they're not. Bears just keep stepping in. Walking price. See you later. See you, Trader Joe. It's a nothing burger day. 20 minutes till the market close. Q's up on the day, ever so slightly. Consolidating yesterday's big down day. Healthcare slightly up on the day, driven by UNH. Why did it do that? UNH, right? Earnings on UNH. Big old gap up there on UNH. Dow Jones Industrial Average slightly up on the day, but just trading within the prior day's candle. SPY is flat on the day as we're pulling back into and around that NVIDIA gap, where NVIDIA reported earnings and we gapped up, kind of pulling into that area. Remember, negative gamma territory, it's likely to see bounces at some point. When, where, how that looks, undetermined. But this was all negative gamma right through at this area too, where you get big moves down, followed by big moves up, big moves down, so forth when it's in negative gamma. Just the other day, just April 1st, April 2nd, this is where we started to get below the flip line, where we started seeing problems. Very similar look. Now, when we started making this big run, we actually attacked the 4,200 call wall, which was roughly right around here on the SPX. So this is the SPY, but we undercut it. Boom, boom, boom. Traders were like, ha, 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 the put wall. Guess that's not support.
America CEO saying we're not
took a U-turn.
Loan demand primarily for two reasons.
Ran for it.
One, it's expensive.
Current put wall right now is at 5,000. Now that can change if price starts cracking below it. We'll see if they start reaching down further or if that holds. If it holds, it can be a level of support. Hey, Tom. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, trend days typically come after consolidation or range days or a couple of range days. You're going to get trend days come. It's just back to the basic principle of technical analysis. Markets move between contraction and expansion. A range day would be contractionary. What is the most useful third-party information source that I pay for? I like Gamma. I like looking at Gamma stuff. So like TradeEtix is very useful. Like Market Net Flow. Wait, let me read this question. What is it? Yeah. So it depends. Are you trading intraday? Are you trading swing trading and so forth? So like day trading, I think Market Net Flow is incredibly helpful, right? This is in the Discord. You can type in the query channel. You don't get convergence. You get momentum as the indicator. So it looks like this. But you can literally type that in the query channel in my Discord, and it updates the chart. So you get the updated chart whenever, or you can watch it live. And I'm here. Do. Star power. We are flat on the trading session. A big old nothing burger for the day. 15 minutes left to the trading session close. Let's go now into the S&P 500 chart,
TRP,
SPX.
that's TC Energy there, confirming and responding to an incident involving NGTL.
Going into tomorrow's trading session, we're looking at about roughly a $45 expected move. We still got to wait for the market to close to get a real number there. But that is a fairly large S&P 500 daily expected move going into tomorrow's trading session. We have not tagged the lower weekly expected move. We're not too far off of it. So it's going to be on the downside. If you're looking for market bounces, start paying attention to these lower levels, potentially NVIDIA gap fill on SPY. And I show you on the SPY, you can look at other products too, but the market itself, right, the S&P 500, when we see bounces in the S&P 500, sustainable bounces, a lot of that market flow or order flow can be poured out into other names, right? The lower daily expected move today is 499.48, which we're not there, we're not next to it. We just yet to tag this one or the NVIDIA gap. So this daily expected move will be updated and sent out to the Discord at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Or you can watch it on my next live, if I'm live tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to be. Back to 505. Okay, so that's what we're looking. And as far as earnings go, after the close, today is Tuesday. So we have UAL, Interactive Brokers. So we're going to do something right now. So since we're coming 15 minutes to close, let's go into UAL. Look, they just added more overhead. Okay, we're going to go into UAL. Like this, and I'm going to show you what I mean by expected moves. This is going to be the earnings expected move. I have a video on YouTube that shows you how to do weekly expected moves. It's the same theory here, and you can pull this up, all this information yourself. You can do the math manually. If you don't have Thinkorswim, that's totally fine. Looking roughly at a $2.91 expected move. So I'm going to go over here to the charts, tab over. Actually, I'm going to stay on the, I'm going to tab over. $2.91 expected move. So we're gonna go like this, and we're gonna go up $2.91. Boom, 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 right there. I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate this. It's not the. It's gonna be close enough. I'm not gonna worry too much about the exact numbers because it is a range. You know, calculations are different on multiple platforms on how they do this. But we're gonna give a rough estimate of what we can see here going into earnings once they report. And if you think of this in terms of standard distribution curve, statistics, right? There's a 68% probability that we close within this, but it's highly likely that we tag one of these levels. That's the more important part. So instead of just blindly entering into earnings in a binary event where you're giving up all your edge, and you can't prove me otherwise that you have an edge when you're trading earnings unless if it's inside information, because you're going up against the best people, the most concentrated area ever of analysis is going into their earnings and the fundamentals.
Concerns over the Disney joint venture for sports streaming.
So right now, looking at United Airlines, we're probably going to be tagging this once the bell closes, once we report earnings, or the lower. If we get a 2 standard deviation move, right? That's always a possibility too. Right, 95% of the time we close within the 2 standard deviation move, 68% of the time we close within a 1 standard deviation move. So seeing a pop here in the very near future. As far as some other ones that reported earnings, I don't know if other ones reported earnings. I do know that JBlue was a pretty good looking setup. But I would like to see it over these levels right now. Right, it's been holding as resistance up in these areas. Now it's kind of wedging here, but I'd rather see it tighten up, go back up. Okay, so there's UAL. What else do we got? Interactive Brokes. IBKR. Yeah. They've been a supporter of this show channel for quite some time. I use them too myself. I use a couple platforms, but Interactive Brokers is legit. Interactive Brokers looking at a $5.46 move from where we are right now. I'm going to go ahead and draw that out and tab over. What did I say? $5.46 move? 546. Shakus. That'd be bringing us to the point of control if that's within the 1 standard deviation there. You're going to see this live of how these stocks report, because it's going to be more important during also the when we get the real the big dogs reporting earnings. See you, B-Hawk. Later. Exactly, Flylear. dealers. Yep, dynamic hedging kicks in. I mean, dynamic hedge is always going, you know, but that, you know, you'll really see it when it breaks out when they get the trades wrong, or when it's goes outside of what was expected. Would I explain why all the sell volume was bullish? Darren, you want to kind of re-ask that question? I don't really understand the sell volume. I forgot that I'm still in the rocket ship. My bad. I looked over to my stream watch tab. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I'm still in the rocket ship. I'll go back to my display capture. Let me see. There we go. See how they're stair-stepping this down still? Yeah, 20-year bond auction could definitely move markets. We've been seeing that take place a few times.
To the closing bell, we're hearing S&P names are to the sell side for market on close, about 850 million to the sell side.
Okay, so we got United Airlines. We have Interactive Brokers. I'm not really too interested in this stuff over here. I don't know. And then we got, before the open tomorrow, ASML. I mean, the earnings are starting to heat up a little bit. I'm not really interested in much of this. Netflix, maybe. I'm not going to be placing trades, but what you do is you can re-look at these charts, you know, come to tomorrow's close. When tomorrow's close comes through, then you can kind of, you know, if it's a big bullish earnings gap, then you kind of go from there. Power earnings gaps, and maybe something sets up from that point. Yeah, ASML is a big name. I'm just not really in it. I can pull it up for you if you want to see it. I can do it for you guys. Come. Trade tab will go in. So it's looking roughly at about a $58 expected move before the open. So it will give us the right one. 58.68 charts. So I can go here and go out to 58.68. Roughly right there. Give or take a little bit, you know. Be honest, the chart looks good. The chart has been looking good. I think this might be on my tight list. That'd be the range there. And as far as just price action goes, I mean, it's a good looking chart. It's in bullish context. These are the ones that I would actually trade on breakouts. You know, like I would trade this on a breakout. It's just an inside trading day today. Unfortunately, then you get earnings, right? And you don't know if this is going to gap up or if it's going to gap down. So when earnings comes, if it's going to be a nice big bullish candle, you know, whatever the cases are, like this or whatever, then I would just say, okay, then I wait to see if we get follow through or consolidation, like, and you know, and then it gets tight, and then something sets up where you can just play a breakout to prior to swing high and get some continuation. But I don't establish the new position going into these things. SMCI is still taking off. Yeah, SMCI could be breaking from this little trend right here. Nice little consolidation above the 15-day. That was pretty clean right here. Hitting this value line up here. So I would prefer to see this come in a little bit and consolidate. I wouldn't necessarily chase up here, but sometimes when SMCI goes, like, it can just keep running. And when it closes at the high, you typically get a higher high, higher low the following day. And if this is going to go, I mean, you can retarget this swing high, swing high, swing high. Some of those swing highs. S&P 500 still getting held up down here. Coming into the 6 minutes to the close, been hanging around 505 pretty much the entire trading session. See you, palm tree. TSM will move semis. I mean, it could. Yeah. I mean, you can look at correlations to see how good it is. TSM. TSM, yeah, a lot of whippies, a lot of fake outs, breakouts when you're in these negative gamma territories. So let me redraw this out. See what we got going on here. Kind of just still kind of consolidating here, right? This big old pop. Now, when I think of semis also, I mean, look at AMD. AMD got smothered, but maybe perhaps we start to move out of these pockets and get a little relief in these names. Could be opportunities. You'd have to make sure that you honor your stops, because if it breaks down further, it could be bad. Darren, you're talking about the orders appearing overhead. So they're adding liquidity overhead. That's what I'm talking about. They could be bearish because they're stair stepping down liquidity, like pushing down, right? And if sellers are willing to walk price down, this is where people are willing to sell price. Where are buyers willing to buy price? And the thing is, you look beneath us, and it's been a pure blue ocean. Right? There's not many people willing to buy. You have to go down like, okay, where's actually real buyers? A couple just stepped in right here. Some just stepped in right there. But if you go down, like when it comes to ES, like you want like over 400 contracts, 500 contracts. And you know, that it's way down here at 50, 55. Like there's people just waiting there all day, maybe even longer. The longer it's there, it can act like a magnet. And the reason why it can act like a magnet is because sellers keep on stepping in. They're looking for buyers, and they keep on adding more liquidity, more sellers, looking for buyers, stair stepping down. Okay, and they're down here. They're down here at 50, 55. All right, we're getting a little flush here into the close. You see how they're walking it down? See how they just keep adding over here? It's literally, they just keep walking price. This is coming to the close of business, so you get crazy light ups. Towards the into the close, you'll see this whole screen light up. You'll see algos like flicker, go boop, 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 boop. You'll see. We got 3 minutes to that. I just want to check over here. Not too far off the lower weekly expected move. Back to down on the day for S&P 500. Qs flat on the day. IWM down about almost a 0.5%. Yeah, it does allow me to show individual stocks on the heat map. I can pull up whatever on here. Right now, I'm just looking at this because, you know, this is the big products right here, you know, S&P 500, and it affects a lot of other names. Look at them just walk it. It's crazy. It's getting a little wicked and wild right there. You'll see the screen light up. 50, 80. They added down there. That's actually been there, my bad. How much is SPY pulled back from the high? Today? Or the all-time high? All-time high is probably around 4.5. There's the light up. You see that? That algo's been doing this all day. It's been the same one. Here comes more on the last bell. You'll see a big flashes across the screen. It'll light up like crazy. Look at them add that overhead, filling that liquidity beneath us. As we come into the closing bell, this will completely all just go. Get in my rocket. Sheesh. It's a little too late now. Market's closing. Maybe tomorrow. Here we go. Getting some supportive stuff over here. Coming into the last final seconds of close. And this whole screen's going to go gaboomskis. A lot of volume. A lot of volumes traded at the end of the day. There we go.
Hancock Whitney $1.24 beats the 118 estimate.
There you go. Okay. So as that goes, we closed down 20 basis points, so unchanged on the day, really. So let's go like this. We'll go UAL. Now I'll show you what I mean by the earnings expected move. Oh,
Capacity was up 9.1% for UAL.
so they just reported earnings, so that was quick. So the upper earnings expected move is right here, so I'd expect, it probably to tag at some point, or beneath us if price is going to come down.
12.5 billion for United, beats a 12.4 billion consensus.
So that's UAL. And what else was the one that was reporting on earnings?
Strong.
Falling in the aftermarket session here, S&P 500 continues to go down.
Business demand quarter
And Q, back to the opening range for the day. Back to basically 50-50, unchanged on the day. Right around that gamma level. Didn't tag any of the 0-date levels all day. Nothing burger of a day. I wanted to go back. What was the other name? Interactive Brokers, IBKR.
Brokers, IBKR, 1.2 billion in revenue for the quarter for the Bravo Kilo Romeo.
Not really that liquid here in the aftermarket session, so we'll see. Looks like a little bit of a gap up there.
1.19 billion consensus expectation. Headline $1.61 would be a 1 cent miss.
Hopefully today was a helpful stream, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry I couldn't shoot off any trades really myself. It just wasn't the opportunity today. But we're here. But we were here. And not much of a move here so far. We'll wait to see if that
Brokers is the 2 cent beat.
UAL trading within its earnings expected move. Colby, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate that, man. Thanks for doing that. Thanks, Flylear, for coming in. Colby, thank you. I appreciate that. Again. What am I listening to? I'm listening to just this thing from Pretzel. It's
United, they are providing a fleet update saying
no copywritten music or whatever that I'm allowed to listen to or whatever. So this is just like a random thing from that platform.
Increased to 183 narrow-body aircraft.
I should get a bear suit. Yeah, I gotta get a bear outfit thingy sort of thing.
61 narrow-body aircraft and 5 wide-body aircraft to be delivered this year.
You're welcome, YJ. Everyone have a good rest of your night. I appreciate that. Thank you. Crossus. I know I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. Yep, good day of no activity and patience. That's pretty much what today was. Have a good afternoon. Everyone have a good night. Good afternoon. 69 Conquer, take care, man. Take care, take care. You're welcome, E next door. Thanks, TK. Trade Pirate, see you later.
TCI filing a mixed shelf and Tango.
I'm going to try to be on tomorrow. It's not for sure, though. I have to figure out my schedule. It's hard to get an active schedule with a new baby. Radio broadcast with the earnings is Trade, the news platform. I pay an arm and a leg for it. So hopefully it helps out during the live streams.
3.6 billion in revenue for the quarter, about in line with expectations. That's from Michael Charlie.
Thanks, Mimo. See you, Makinski. Thanks for tuning in.
$1.67 for.
I'm gonna call it quits here, people. Thank you. Appreciate it. Ciao, 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 ciao. Till next time.